Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenos, and we are back with the LCUS Split 5. I'm here with Jeff. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Excited to be back. How about you?
Oh, making sure everything works. That's what we're always trying to do here in the LCUS. So, looking at the teams we got here for a set coming up, White Wolf versus Blitzkrieg. For those of you who aren't familiar with the LCUS, it is a tournament for players in League of Legends of all skill sets. Uh, Generally people who actually, don't eat, breathe, get paid to play League of Legends. Um, you're not going to see master tier players here. You're going to see gold, silvers, bronzes, some platinums, and it's just trying to create the experience that everyone wishes we could have in League of Legends on a daily basis, with tournaments and victories and interviews and all that good stuff. If you tuned in last split, you will see that the teams have been shuffled around. Some people returning, some new people. We will actually have a new caster tonight as well. But yeah, so looking at the teams that we have here, White Wolf, Blitzkrieg, Jeff, who do you think's gonna come out on top? What are you thinking about the lineups?
Um, looking at it right now, I guess I'm slightly partial to White Wolf, but I think that's just because, um, there's some more familiar names there, at least for me personally. I know we've got new players, a lot of new players coming into the LCUS this split, so it'll be exciting to see how they're going to perform. White Wolf, though, between Arcane Soda, Primidin, and Ashaway, a former champion last split, I think White Wolf looks pretty solid.
Yeah, White Wolf definitely looks solid. They do have some returning players on Blitzkrieg as well, of course. Got to get lucky. Uh, Jackalope, Kantos.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, see how these teams mesh together. First couple of weeks are always a bit of a toss-up as teams get in their groove. Of course, last split we did see some teams do terribly in the first few weeks and then completely dominate the last few. So it's all a toss-up at times.
Yeah, and I mean, conversely, you had teams that started out really hot last split. Blitzkrieg,
Mhm.
actually. Obviously, a very different lineup for them at the time, but they came out of the gates just beating everybody, if I recall, and then sort of fell apart the last few weeks. So,
We do
hot
see
start is no guarantee.
we do see people remembering Ashaway as Morgana, the first ban of Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, that's certainly a respect ban right there, and a Zerath ban actually. Assume that's targeted at Fat Jackalope.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how, because a couple new champions have come out since the last time we were playing, so I'm interested to see if we'll see any of the new faces. Um,
Yeah, if we get a first Silas pick in the LCUS, that'd be pretty hype. I would have to do some quick research and remember what his ability names are, but
well, he was free this week, so I was screwing around with him this morning. But I can't even remember what the chameleon's name is, but she's new as well.
hmm. Oh, Nico?
Yes, Nico. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, but we're seeing some usual suspects here. Malzahar, Lux, of course, big LCUS mid laner.
Wouldn't surprise me if that's actually a support Lux for Ashaway. Just between the similarities between the Dark Binding, the Light Binding, with Morgana being banned away. So that's a nice pick first. To pick that first because it's a flex pick. It doesn't necessarily show that you're going Lux mid. It's something Blitzkrieg has to think about.
Oh, we have 7 people saying Nico here.
Nico,
So
Nico.
Nico. Yes,
Yeah.
now I actually have the chat up, so you guys can't just say mean things about me behind my back anymore. All right.
Just to your face.
Yep. So we got Jin, Lux possibly as the bot lane, assuming your prediction about Ashaway's lock is true.
And
Um,
if you get hit by a light binding down there, if that's the combo, you're going to be rooted for a good 3 seconds total. 'Cause
right.
that's a guaranteed
Yeah,
hit on the GPU as well.
that's going to be an issue. Sejuani's ult as well. I mean, you're going to get locked down and held there for the rest of your life because it won't be a very long. Oh, but they
Yeah.
don't think it's a support Lux apparently.
Yeah, I think that Lux is a pick that Primidin likes in the mid lane, but just knowing Ashaway with the Morgana being banned away, it wouldn't surprise me, I guess, if it was a support Lux.
All right, and the bot lane is all we're looking for Blitzkrieg right now, as we have the top jungle and mid lane locked in here. Unless they're going to do something weird with, like, ADC Gnar or something.
We're seeing a lot of how hard crowd control coming out from both teams as well, which I'm happy to see.
Yeah,
We
me
talked
too.
about White Wolves already, but then you have the Vi, the Gnar ultimate. Malzahar can lock someone down, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of good options here. Happy to see that they're working with them. Gonna make sure that internet stuff works out here. All right, so let's see what these picks are going to be. Varus, all right, Varus.
More hard crowd control.
Rather, yes. So a lot of lockdowns on both sides. Like you said, that hard crowd control stack it very well. Varus into Malzahar into Vi, or any combination of those three things. A lot of single target death here coming out.
Yeah. So pointy ball now. It's going to be an Urgot in the top lane. Urgot Gnar. That should be a fun matchup to watch, actually.
Yeah, yeah. They both have power spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Urgot with his
bruises.
shotgun knees.
And
All right.
okay, so Lissandra. So that does make me think it's going to be a support Lux. Unless it's support
Lissandra.
Lissandra or support Urgot and Lissandra going top. But yeah, it certainly looks like we're going to have a support Lux down there. And last pick coming out for SMG Sniper will be picking for himself, as there's no support yet. And the handsome man himself, Taric. Oh, what a handsome bot lane. Varus and Taric. Couple of blue-skinned beauties.
There is a comment here about how support Urgot has been practiced. So I'm liking both of these teams to a point. Good mix of lockdown durability. Lissandra is going to be very interesting to see how well they can position with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also, I mean, Lissandra gets into fights ideally and just does so much AoE damage. So if SMG Sniper can get a good Cosmic Radiance off and hold off a lot of that damage with his own ultimate, that could essentially render make Primudon's life pretty difficult.
I mean, Taric's ult in general could very well be what decides this game one way or another, because both of these teams are so big on the lockdown, high damage focus abilities here. If Taric is the one who's making his team invincible while White Wolf is not invincible, that's your game right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of backline access for the side of Blitzkrieg, with Pointy Ball on an immobile AD carry in Jhin. No dashes, no blinks, anything like that to get away. So
I mean,
if
Varus
Top
isn't that
Tui-
mobile either.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just think with Vi and Gnar, it's just so easy to get into the backline. So it'll be up to, Ashaway will probably have to be on some pretty important peel duty for Pointy Ball in these team fights. At the same time, talking about team fights already, but who knows if we'll even get to a point in the game where it's relatively even come team fight phase. We'll see how the lanes go to begin with.
Yeah, there's a lot of serious kill pressure in many of these lanes. Vi might be able to be a little bit more aggressive than Sejuani early. We'll see. I'm especially interested to see, because like you said, you're talking about backline access, but also Lux and Jhin have quite a lot of range with their ultimates. So depending on where this Varus happens to be, he could get picked off pretty easily. If
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Sigtal Lord says if White Wolf catches someone, but if either side catches someone.
Yeah, both of these teams have so much lockdown available to them. And then with Urgot, with the Urgot ultimate, even if you think you got away with like 20% health,
Just
he's
pulls you
gonna
back
reel
in.
Yep. Put you in the grinder. So should be up for some explosive fights. Hopefully the game isn't over by 15 minutes.
Right. Yeah, so Taric's ult and just basically getting caught out are the two things I think to look for. Two big things to look for here. Either side has somebody, like someone goes to plant a ward, especially like if Taric is going to plant a ward and he gets caught by any combination of White Wolf people, that's it. That's
Hmm.
probably at least that Blitzkrieg should not engage for the next however much time.
Yeah, and also, I mean, with SMG Sniper, you don't think about supports being a focus in team fights, but if he gets hit by, say, a Glacial Prison from Arcane Soda to start the fight off, then he might not be able to get that Cosmic Radiance down in time, being locked down himself.
Hmm.
So we'll see what White Wolf decides to focus on when they initiate their own fights. Chop Suey on the Vi, you talked about expecting Vi to maybe be slightly more aggressive than Sejuani. Um, Vi, if I haven't played a lot of Vi, but I believe that her early game before she's level 6, essentially, it's very much predicated on you have one flash vault breaker to get something done. So we'll see how he
Hmm.
utilizes that.
Yeah, I mean there isn't so much in the way of great CC options, I would say. I mean, obviously Urgot's got his throw,
Hmm.
so Urgot might be able to give Sejuani the advantage there, but we'll see with the lanes here. Skins. Hmm. I think I like White Wolves more, maybe.
Let's see.
I do like how Vi and Malzahar look kind of the same.
Yeah, we've got no skin on one player each on both teams, so those cancel each other out. Yeah, I would go with White Wolf. Lunar Empress Lux, Project Jin, Beast Hunter Sejuani are all pretty freaking cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it to White Wolf.
All right,
Even though Dino Gnar is amazing.
we are re-remembering our hotkeys. Whoa, hello. There we go. Cool, we got it. All right. Took it a while for it to wrap up loading
Oh,
in
go ahead.
there. I'm at about 6 seconds now.
Oh yeah, I'm still in loading screen, but I'll catch up.
You are still on loading screen? Okay.
Yeah. I'll catch up once I'm in. Don't worry.
Let's make sure I'm all the way up.
All
Okay,
the way
cool.
up.
Alright, so we're going in, and we will see what we can see here. Doesn't look like too much aggression.
Yeah, looks like everybody's just sort of setting up in standard spots across the river. Ward in the pixel brush for the side of Blitzkrieg.
I have never seen this Lissandra skin. This is very interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. It's pretty cool.
Alright, so yeah, everyone being very gentlemanly. Varus hasn't chosen an ability yet. Probably hoping somebody's going to come into that center bush that he can...
Shoot a Q across them.
Yeah. Prowler asking which team scales better. What are your thoughts there, Jeff?
Oh man, I guess I would go with White Wolf. I think Lissandra with a couple items can just annihilate people, and I think Jin is one of the strongest scaling AD carries. While being non-traditional, I mean, he's not like a Caitlyn or a Jinx where he just becomes a right click of terror. But when he gets those items, the crits are just enormous. He gets his passive move speed bonus so often. Can be very difficult. He's not mobile, but he becomes sort of mobile with items.
Plus, I think a lot of the champions that we see on Blitzkrieg are very much ultimate focused. Someone had commented earlier about who hits R first, and so not to take away from the champions, but when you think about someone like Vi or Malzahar, you're thinking of their ults first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the thing about Malzahar is that everyone thinks about his ult, but the Malefic Visions can just wreak havoc in a fight without you even really realizing it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that, yeah, I agree with you, though. When you think Malzahar, you do think the ultimate. Oh, Fat Jekyll flashing onto Arcane Soda in the river, and there's a lot of damage going down. Celio Cantos is first to the roam, and the flash away will keep Arcane Soda safe for now.
Really good flashes there by Arcane Soda. I thought he was dead from that boomerang, but he managed to avoid it.
Yeah, an absolutely necessary flash. And I believe, yeah, he did manage to at least get the Scuttle Crab, so...
We do also see Pointy being very aggressive in the bot lane with that fourth shot. Ashaway, of course, being stellar with her bindings, and Pointy taking advantage of that every chance he gets.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult lane early on for Blitzkrieg. Anytime you run melee versus range support, I think you know, you're sort of expecting to get bullied a little bit early on. So they're going to need some jungle help at some point.
Yep, just more combos on. Gotta get lucky there, getting really pushed back.
Yeah, that range that you talked about, they can hit you from so far away.
CS lead is, you know, more or less equal though, so that's something that Blitzkrieg can put a label on.
Yeah, Fat Jackalope is going to have to be careful now after burning the flash. Well, both summoners, I guess, but especially having burned the flash, trying to get that kill onto Arcane Soda, because if the Sejuani comes back with the lockdown that Lissandra provides as well, that could very well be a very dead Malzahar if that cooldown doesn't come back up.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do. I think that Arcane is looking to be a little more passive, so it doesn't seem as though they may have to worry about that, but we'll see what his plan is here. Of course, he just ends up dying to the jungle creeps here. That won't matter.
Yeah, that flash will be back up in probably about 7 minutes, 30 seconds. I would estimate the timer is going to be, so we'll see if Arcane Soda pays him a visit. Before that, Foxydon and Delio just having a little bruiser fight up in the top lane.
As you might expect.
For as much poke and harassment as there is down there in the bottom lane, I feel like Blitzkrieg doesn't have to be too worried about kill pressure from this lane, unless Arcane Soda shows up, which he is looking to do.
Gonna get spotted by this ward, though.
Yeah, looks like White Wolf was unaware.
Yeah, they must have seen that ward appear. And we'll see then. Oh, Ashway misses a binding. Take a shot. Alright, so totally spotted here. They're playing a little greedy here.
Yeah, they get the lockdown. Arcane Soda goes in, doesn't have flash though, so can't really close the gap. They get the heal out of Gotta Get Lucky. Not sure that was necessary.
Going for the crab here. Jackalope checking blue. Looks like they might be going top. Okay, they're going top. Ward will see this. We'll see if Fox is caught out. Oh, good
Stelio
position.
Does have Meganar for a second longer. Can he get the wall up down? Forces the flash away from Foxydon.
Good flash.
Smart play though from Blitzkrieg. When you see the jungler bottom side, means that you are safe to try to make a play on the other side of the map.
I am a little surprised that Jackalope decided to go up there pre-6. Obviously, like you said, you know, jungler you see in the bot lane make a different play, but at the same time, he may have wanted to get possibly a little extra security up there. Maybe they'll do that next time because the flash is down now.
Yeah, we've seen, I mean, that's the second time Jackalope has left lane already. He had a very early roam in trying to stop Arcane Soda getting that Scuttle Crab early on, but we're about a minute away from Jackalope's flash coming back up, and Arcane Soda has not gone anywhere near the mid lane, so it looks like he will not be punished for that aggressive flash early on.
And despite all the positive things we're saying about some of White Wolf's play here, oh, there's that level 6.
Yep, puts down good amount of damage, but Primidon doesn't panic. Knows he can survive that.
There is a, you know, 400 gold lead leading over toward Blitzkrieg currently. Most of it on that Vi, who has been, or all of it on the Vi, who's been spending their time jungling for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's level 6 versus level 4 among the junglers right now, so it's a lot of lost time for Arcane Soda, probably due to being forced back early on after that skirmish in the top side of the river, and then also wasted a pretty good amount of time trying to set up that gank in the bottom lane.
Yeah, there is a lot to be said about losing that first back. If you go back too early, your entire thing is thrown off, and that definitely happened.
Yeah, you don't get an efficient buy or anything like that, but level 5 now, going to clear out these Raptors, and got a couple members of Blitzkrieg just hanging out in the fountain. Maybe just waiting a little bit extra for an item.
We got Stelio doing an interesting kind of roam here. He doesn't have any sort of rage on him, so Meganar is a long way off. Might try to collapse on Prime Eden anyway, though.
Yeah, Arcane Soda is behind enemy lines. If Blitzkrieg knows he's there, he could be in trouble, but Chop Suey walks the reward. Could be a counter gank opportunity right now. Arcane Soda, he will get spotted out by Chop Suey now. Or maybe not.
I think he saw him, but just didn't decide to go after him. Get the ward
Sure.
instead.
Yeah, probably a smart play, because bottom lane is pushed in, so White Wolf would have had priority to join that fight if it had indeed popped off.
Alright. Fox is getting a bit of a CS lead here.
Yeah, pretty much the only lane where we're seeing a sizable advantage is the top side. Got to get lucky. Despite being pushed in and poked so much, has managed to stay pretty even in farm. And we've got the pretty solid farm discrepancy in the jungle. But
Here comes the
actually,
mid
White
lane.
Wolf,
Mid lane roam. Once again. Is
that
spotted.
Jackalope all over the map so far.
Lots of wards are preventing this. This is what I like to see. This Jackalope could have 2 or 3 kills already, but the wards spotting him have prevented any sort of incredible success on his part.
Yeah, I think that both teams have done a pretty good job of prioritizing their vision.
Oh,
Got Arcane Soda in the bottom lane again, and right after an initiation from the bottom lane, there's fights in both the top and bottom side. Fox is going to go down in the top lane any second now. There is first blood. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Cosmic Radiance came out, might save them. SMG Sniper has to flash away. The curtain call won't find the necessary shots. Final spark also just barely misses. So Blitzkrieg takes the lead with the first blood in the top lane while surviving the bot side.
Pointy also did an interesting play right at the very end there. He flashed to get a 4th shot off. Didn't kill, but definitely forced. Got to get lucky home.
And White Wolf, they've gotten 3 plates off of this bot lane turret now. I don't think they'll be able to finish the turret. Minion wave is about to die. But getting turret plates is a pretty big deal. It's gold that you can only get for the first 14 minutes of the game, and then it's gone. You can never get that same gold back. So, pretty good job making up for the first blood in the top lane. Rip Herald's going to be taken down by Blitzkrieg. So, we're really seeing both teams do a good job of understanding where their enemy has allocated resources and going elsewhere.
Stelio definitely will benefit from getting that first blood. Makes up the gold differential in the top lane. And now Fox is in trouble again. No ward this time to protect him, but does manage to get that dash.
Yep, able to get away. Fat Jackalope, I thought he might flash for the suppression, but they're actually going to summon up the Rift Herald in the top lane. Turret plating is available, and first tower blood, first brick, as some people call it, also available for Blitzkrieg to pick up. I think that the minion wave won't survive long enough for them to get this.
Yeah, poor Fox having to take on a 3v1 up here. Doing pretty well with it, too. It's easy to get caught off, especially against champions like this.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, though. They could choose to dive him. They have a lot of lockdown. 4th plate is about to drop. And he actually goes in looking for Chop Suey, not able to find.
Mega Gnar comes up. Should probably go back now. Fox, just don't push. What are you doing?
Feeling confident. He does have Arcane Soda coming up for backup.
1v3 guys, come at me. Well, they do.
Oh, here comes Arcane Soda, though. This could actually be a really nice turnaround for White Wolf if Fox can survive the initial burst. He gets the suppression down onto Chop Suey. There is 1 kill. It could be 2 more. Stelio's going to drop as well. Look at that. Well done from White Wolf, turning things around at the last moment and keeping that first turret alive.
I think that was like the most aggressive flash in the history of mankind. I mean, Fox had almost no health, went in for it, and got it.
And they pick up Fat Jackalope on the backside as well. So 3 kills go over to White Wolf. They keep the top lane turret alive. Ripped Herald was already popped. And on the bottom side, they picked up a Mountain Drake a couple minutes ago. So White Wolf making a really nice play to relieve the pressure in the top lane there.
Yeah, I mean, Fox has got to be feeling pretty good about that. 3v1 for that whole time and manages to close off with that flash.
Now in the bottom side, White Wolf, they've continued to pressure this bottom side, and that turret is low. So all of a sudden, they could be the ones picking up first turret.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. They are trying to push. We do have Sui. We'll get spotted out twice here, once by that ward up top. Oh, they're getting real aggressive here.
Oh, SMG Sniper. Gotta be a bro. Block all of this. does manage to keep
What a
Lucky
hero.
alive, but that will force the Varus to go back and could result in that turret going down, although Chop Suey and Fat Jackalope are shading towards the bottom side.
All right, we do have the note that the mid turret has been taken down already, so we do have that gold. But they
Oh,
can
man.
get the extra gold from taking this turret down early as well if they get lucky with it.
More roots coming down on Chop Suey. Fat Jackalope is here to try to defend.
30
that
seconds
turret
left on that.
on a sliver. Yeah, that's funny that the mid lane turret went down because we've been seeing so much action everywhere else. And meanwhile, you've got Primudin who's just been pushing on that Lissandra. We've seen Fat Jackalope roam so much that I guess it shouldn't be surprising that with a champion who can push like Lissandra.
Yep. I mean, Lissandra is patient. Just a glacial presence. Next dragon, another Earth Drake coming up in just under 2 minutes. All right, the gold bonus is gone now, so no more aggressive pushing turret rewards.
So at this point, I mean, it really all... The difference in this game is really from that top lane turnaround, I think, for White Wolf.
Oh, for sure.
That's where they got their 3 kills, probably where most of the gold lead is coming from.
All right, they finally got it.
Yeah, they got that turret now, so it's an over 3,000 gold lead now. And we're seeing also Primudin has really opened up a pretty big farm gap in the mid lane with how much Fat Jackalope has been roaming around the map.
Good rival here by Arcane Soda, pushing them off the turret.
Yeah, Arcane Soda has also, I think that playing the top lane was huge for him as much as it was Fox because he's level 9. He's matched Chop Suey now. He was 2 levels down when that play started. He was level 6 to level 8 when they had that skirmish up there. So a big deal to get that experience, get that gold, catch up.
It's interesting how there's just a little bit more mobility on the side of White Wolf here. They have 3 characters who can dash over barriers and things of that nature compared to only 2 from Blitzkrieg, unless I'm forgetting somebody's ability. So that gives them a little more opportunity to come at the fights from strange angles or get out of Dragon Pit. We've seen them do that time and again here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, we talked about the Jhin and the Varus not being mobile, but also Fat Jackalope on the Malzahar. That's not, there's no mobility from that character either. So Primudin is going to be able to arrive to fights in unexpected ways and more quickly when they start to pop off, which is sort of ironic considering that it's been Fat Jackalope who's actually been the one roaming around more so.
Alright, so White Wolf's going straight for this dragon again. This is probably the most aggression toward an Earth Drake we've seen in the LCUS.
Meanwhile, Blitzkrieg pushing down the mid lane. That turret is relatively low, but they'll have to be careful now because, yeah, as soon as you get that dragon notification, you got to respect it. They're already shading towards the top side, but here comes the curtain call, trying to get the slows down. This isn't for damage. This is just to keep them nearby so that the rest of the team can catch up. Looks like they will be able to skirt away, though, towards the top side, unless Fox wants to try to cut them off 1 versus 2. He goes in. He gets the throwdown onto Chop Suey, but there's no one else here to help him yet. And with Stelio, yes, it looks like they'll be able to fight away.
Fox is really showing how he just doesn't care at all.
He just gets annihilated, though. The lockdown was there. SMG Sniper didn't get the Cosmic Radiance down in time. Not even for himself either. So a quick 2 picks.
Hero was expecting a rotation up toward Fox and instead it got caught out in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think everybody was sort of shading that way, and then as soon as Blitzkrieg started to come back towards the mid lane, White Wolf was ready to pounce. They don't get the root down onto Chop Suey that time, but they should be able to bully down this turret. Vaultbreaker was ambitious, and I think it will be punished quite a bit. Arcane Soda is going to go down, though, as he gets caught by Stelio, trying to rotate out towards the top side. Ashley is low as well, and actually, yeah, she is also going to drop. Big Gnar ultimate from Stelio. That's a triple kill. Excuse me, a double kill. No, it is a triple kill. I was right, eventually. Fox goes under the tower, but he's tanky enough that he should be okay at this point. So Blitzkrieg, they turn that fight around a little bit as White Wolf a little too aggressive.
Yeah, it's becoming a tale of 2 different changes in tempo here. I think that they could theoretically ride that tempo out. I don't know if they're in a position to do it, but they could try to do something at least somewhat aggressive. Mid and top both rather weak. Could get a 1-2 on that. Because turrets are the big difference here in gold right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 3 turrets to nothing pretty much explains the entire gold lead. Do have solid farm advantages in both solo lanes for White Wolf as well, though.
Yeah, very solid 40 CS for that top lane.
Yeah, but 3 kills just went over to Stelio, so that should be quite helpful for him as the Gnar to continue to scale up.
We'll see what happens. Fox could get caught here. Mega Gnar is available. Couple of pings, though.
Yeah, gotta get lucky is standing on a ward, so this could go poorly. Fox is just baiting them in right now, and there goes Arcane Soda with the flash and dash, and gotta get lucky. Unlucky, my friend. Goes down after standing on a ward. Nice job from White Wolf. Turning their attention to the top lane tower. We'll see if Blitzkrieg decides to try to defend this. It's a fresh minion wave arriving in about 10 seconds.
It's going to be 3v4 if they do. Oh, now here comes Jackalope to assist.
Yeah,
So
here comes Jackalope, and Pointy Ball looks like he's fine to stay in the mid lane, so I would be surprised if White Wolf are successful in this venture.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Jackalope's in a great position here.
Oh, didn't get the R down. There goes Chop Suey, though, with the Flash Vault Breaker, and they lock down Fox right away. Huge Final Spark comes out from Ashway, though. Hit across 3 members, I believe. But another great Gnar from Stelio. They get SMG Sniper so low. Cosmic Radiance comes out so late, but it just barely manages to save him. Stelio goes down, though. He wasn't close enough. Here's the curtain call. One more for him, and Jackalope gets locked down as well. He should be able to limp away, but White Wolf, once again, they turn around Blitzkrieg's aggression, and now they will get this turret.
Yeah, I was waiting, as I saw Jin coming up the river, I was waiting for that curtain call, but he decided to be a little aggressive first, just to create a little bit of chaos, and then followed up with that great curtain call.
Yeah, I like what we're seeing from Pointy Ball. He's using the curtain call early in fight, so not necessarily to try to pick off low health members as they run away, but to get the slows and just let the rest of his team clean things up. Nice fight from White Wolf there.
Third Earth Drake coming out here in 45 seconds, deciding not to go for the Baron, which is interesting. I guess they decided they didn't have the durability to tank it.
Yeah, with Fox being down, he's probably the tankiest member. Actually, no, we've got Arcane Soda is quite tanky already. 4, 1, and 5 on that Sejuani. That's a great score line. And gotta get lucky. I feel kind of bad because, you know, we're seeing 5 kills on the side of Blitzkrieg, but he has no kill participation. So hasn't gotten any of that gold.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate for him. We'll see if he's able to get a little more in it. He's out of position right now as well, so if there's going to be any sort of engagement here on Fox, which it looks like they're going for, ADC won't be there to help either. Ooh, good dodge.
Yeah, that's a nice dodge from Fox. I think he would have been alright anyways. He's pretty tanky, and the rest of his team was about to get there. A third Mountain Drake would be a pretty big deal at this point because you can just obliterate Barons so much more quickly than the enemy team would expect if you get that triple Mountain Drake.
Not to mention any towers. They do have the inner towers in both top and bot still.
And Primidin walking up, but looks like Blitzkrieg will be able to get away from this. Over a 5,000 gold lead now for White Wolf. And 3 Mountain Drakes.
And they're just pushing. Alright, let's see if they can get some done with this.
Yeah, they do have, I believe, yeah, bot lane will slightly push for them. And it looks like top lane is as well. So nice wave management if that was indeed intentional. They can all go to mid and they won't lose minions to towers.
It is interesting. They just kind of aggressively push up and then back off. You think they're going to try Baron here? Or they want to act like they're doing it?
Yeah, I think it's probably just a bait at this point. Looks like bot lane is actually going to be pushing on the side of Blitzkrieg. So I don't have great wave management, but in goes Stelio. He is in trouble, going to get locked down. Here comes Cosmic Radiance. It should be in time to save him. Gnar pushes a couple people back, and in goes Fat Jackalope with a flash onto the backline. Pointy Ball is very low, just dueling with the mid laner, and they both drop. Ashway picks up the kill. Meanwhile, Suppression goes down onto Gotta Get Lucky. He is gone. It's a 2-for-1 at this point, and it looks like everyone else is going to walk away. Chop Suey dropped as well, so White Wolf win another fight.
3-for-1 there. Can't argue with that.
And Fat Jackalope just barely got that kill onto Pointy Ball as well, I believe. So that very well could have been a 3-for-0. Incredibly aggressive flash by the Malzahar to put himself in the back line, try to take down that Jhin. Did get mission accomplished at least, but the fight did not go well the rest of the way.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad for Blitzkrieg after that fight. That was probably the best you could hope for, an invincible Mega Gnar in their back line, and they still weren't able to get more than one kill out of it.
Yeah, Stelio, he's had a couple great Gnar ultimates, but I think that one was just a little bit off. I would have to go back and watch it to be sure, but I think he hit a couple people, and they just barely didn't hit against walls, so he didn't get the stun from it.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to still turn this around. 7k gold lead-ish at this point. Cloud Drake will be the next dragon up, though it won't be obviously for a while. And they're clearing out wards here, so at the very least they're making sure that the information is a little bit even. A lot of control wards still on the map, though, for White Wolf.
Yeah, so much vision from White Wolf. I really like what we're seeing out of them in that regard so far.
Alright, so if you're White Wolf here, picking somebody off is obviously a good idea. Or not White Wolf, if you're Blitzkrieg right now. But, of course, White Wolf seems to be moving as a unit, more or less, at this point.
Yeah, and they're about to lose a pretty sizable minion wave up to the top tower. That tower might actually drop here. Yeah, it is going to, so a little bit of free gold for Blitzkrieg there.
First turret for Blitzkrieg as well.
And at this point, yeah, it looks like we're just going to see both teams sort of posturing around the Baron. White Wolf is probably just going to try to continue to bait fights. If you can get Primidon in a flank position early on, that could really decimate that fight.
Ace is suggesting that they just need some items on Gotta Get Lucky, but I mean that's the key, right? He's got to get some items first. He's about 1,000, 2,000 gold down on the Jhin.
Yeah, I mean, he's stuck on Blade of the Ruined King and just a recurve bow at 25 minutes, so definitely hasn't been getting the gold that he would like to have. White Wolf clearing out vision early on, and Fox doesn't quite land the initial burst to get that spell shield off. Now they're chasing on a Fat Jackalope, though. Curtain Call comes out again, just looking for the slow. Nice job by Jackalope to dodge enough to get back under the turret.
Interesting use of Curtain Call there. I probably wouldn't have wasted it in that situation.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit too ambitious there. I like the idea of using it just to try to catch somebody out, but Jackalope already had enough distance and was pretty close to the tower with the team coming in, so I don't think that was really going to work.
Not trying any sort of split push here at the moment. There is some minion pressure up top, but not enough to make anyone worry, I don't think. See if the aggression actually is worth it or not.
I would really like to see White Wolf put Primidon in the bot lane. He has the teleport. Let him push up, bait the Baron, and have the Lysandre TP in for a flank and catch someone in the back line when they come to contest.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they're using this positioning just to try to get another dragon. So focusing very heavily on objective control right now.
And it'll be a Cloud Drake this time. Can't be another Mountain Drake. Can't have four of the same. They go in onto Primidon, actually. Assault and Battery comes down. Primidon can keep himself alive with the Glacial Tomb, though. And in goes Fox over the wall. They do get Cosmic Radiance down just in time, but they get the suppression down on Chop Suey. Stelio will also drop. And that's a quick 2-for-0. And there's a wave in the bot lane. This could end up being an inhibitor if they push aggressively enough.
We have a question about what is Varus maxing. Let's see if I can grab him here. He maxed his Q and now he's doing his W.
Lighted Quiver, yeah.
But yeah, that was really aggressive. I was quite surprised. I don't know if that was a communication error or if they actually thought they could make something happen with that.
Yeah, I think Chop Suey was just a little too far ahead of his team. Maybe getting antsy, having been, bullied back so much of this game. Sometimes you just sort of, I don't even know if I should call it tilt, but you get anxious that you want to actually make a proactive play. You're sick of the other team being the ones dictating play. But it can be a trap. And that time, yeah, Blitzkrieg walked right into it. White Wolf get an inhibitor, and now they'll just come back and get that Cloud Drake.
Yeah, and it's definitely a trap when you're someone like Vi as well, because Vi is, initiation central.
And often just a one-way trip, especially when you're this far behind. You go in like that. Even if you get the pick on the Primudin, you're going down too.
It is funny to see all the gold mostly focused on the 2 tanks, though.
Yeah, so that's making life even tougher for Gotta Get Lucky because, as Ace said, you know, he needs the items, but he doesn't have them, so he can't really chip through these tanks when they get onto him in the back line at this point.
Looks like we're gonna get a 5th Drake, another Cloud, so Earth and Wind today. So
yeah, I'm wondering. I'm a little surprised that White Wolf took that Drake when they did, because if you waited another minute or so, you could have triggered an early Elder Drake spawn, which I think when you're this far ahead, you know, you'd love to have that Elder Drake at 36 minutes as opposed to what it'll now be like 41.
Speaking of it being this far ahead, almost a 9k gold lead.
And Stelio is going to be stuck in the bottom lane dealing with those super minions. Does have teleport to join the fight. Gotta get lucky. Good juke. And actually, Pointy Ball may have stepped too far forward. He's just going to get annihilated right now. Over aggressive. Gotta get lucky. Gets hit by the light binding. I'm a little surprised that Ashley didn't follow up with the final spark. They're jumping in now. Chop Suey trying to be aggressive one more time. Great light binding by Ashaway. Catches 2 and Chop Suey is gone. Stelio is joining the fight now. Primudin in the front line. He is getting very low. Pops the Zonias to keep himself alive for now. Stelio getting zoned out by 2 members. Arcane Soda just slowly chipping away. There's the suppression. Goes down. Fear Beyond Death catches. And now the throw onto Fat Jackalope. Fox is a monster in this game. And despite Blitzkrieg getting the early pick, they end up losing 4 members.
Yeah, I was going to congratulate Gotta Get Lucky for getting his first kill, but now I'm going to congratulate him for being the one who survived. That may not even last.
Yeah, Fox is just so much damage, so tanky. Flash forward, force the flash out of Gotta Get Lucky as well. And that's 2 inhibitors down, and it looks like they're just going to try to push for the win here. They have the 3 Mountain Drakes, so these turrets will melt.
Yeah, they are melting, my god.
Yeah, Gotta Get Lucky. And actually, White Wolf, they will back off at this point.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Chop Suey and SMG Sniper back up. Gonna be respectful, not be too ambitious at this point. Walking towards the Baron, though, because there's a lot of minion pressure to deal with for the side of Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, Otox Kid asks, what's a Baron? I don't know. Is this a Baron? I can't tell. I thought Baron was supposed to be purple. This appears to be red.
Just had 2 members recall on a ward for White Wolf, so that's actually kind of fortunate for Blitzkrieg because they know that the Baron isn't being taken right now, having seen those recalls.
I was very surprised that Prime Eden survived that fight. Got out with very low health. It seemed as though like his entire team was kind of abandoning him, but he managed to make it out.
Yeah, I mean, Lissandra is just has so much survivability between the Frozen Tomb and the Zonias now as well. It can be so frustrating when you have a character that you're trying to kill who has about 5 seconds of vulnerability. Fox goes in again, catches onto Fat Jackalope. There's the Deadly Flourish. My goodness. Malzahar just melts. And this should be the Baron now for White Wolf.
10k gold lead at this point.
Delio does still have teleport if he wants to join this. I don't think Blitzkrieg can afford to give this up, but at the same time, I don't think that there's any chance of them winning a fight.
Yeah, I don't think they can get that far forward. Maybe they could try to grab Fox here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if they could kill Fox at this point, though. 7, 2, and 3 on this Urgot. 3 completed items.
I don't know. I mean, with the build that Blitzkrieg has, they're probably the only type of team that could kill an Urgot this fed. Because you've got 3 different stun/suppressions or more, all stacked at once. Granted, Fox does have over 3,000 health, but when a guy's stunned for 5 seconds, doesn't matter how much health he has.
Yeah, Bear's ult missing there, Chain of Corruption. It was a pretty difficult skill shot to hit. That one seemed like sort of a prayer. 3rd inhibitor turret being pressured now. Fox goes in. Oh, in goes Stelio looking for a big Gnarlton. Gets on to Ashaway, and they will destroy the Lux. But that's not really the target that you want to be focusing. They also are able to bring down Arcane Soda. One of the tanks is gone. Fox Eden should get chased down here eventually. There's the suppression that you just talked about. But meanwhile, Primudin push down the bot lane inhibitor again.
Okay, so that was a great showing there by Blitz. They got three for none. Granted, it was a 4v5, but even still, that
Yeah,
should inspire him a little bit.
we've seen them lose 4v5s before that, so
Right.
not necessarily an automatic win. They executed that fight pretty well. Primuden, yeah, teleport on cooldown, so wasn't able to join that fight. I don't know if it would have made a difference anyways. He might have arrived too late. Little misstep there from White Wolf.
Yeah, probably would have been better for Prime to stay there and finish the game with them as opposed to trying to get that other inhibitor.
Yeah, at this point, I think White Wolf, with the Baron being off the map, just group up. Oh, you won't the 5v5, although Primuden could get chased down now, has all that survivability we just talked about. Nice job by Pointy Ball just throwing out a Deadly Flourish to discourage the chase.
Alright, so everyone's back up. They got 5 dragons. 2 Baron buffs still? Yeah, 2 Baron buffs still.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what they can do with this. Probably just... Now, the general consensus would be just push down and win. And that seems to be what they're trying to do. But
Yeah, I mean, the top inhibitor is open now. You have both inhibitors down in other lanes. So I would say just run all 5 members up to that top lane inhibitor.
well, we'll see. If Blitzkrieg manages to get another thing up, obviously the Mega Gnar is not going to be as good as it was a few moments ago because there aren't really any sort of walls in the center of the base. But it looks as though they're respecting the Mega Gnar.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Stelio make some great plays with the Gnar ults at this point, so if you're White Wolf, you can afford to be patient here. Just wait until he turns back into Mini Gnar, and then make your push for the inhibitor.
And that moment is now, so let's see if they decide to rotate in here. Tanks in the front, all 5 man. Here we go.
Yeah, and if you're Blitzkrieg, you have to go in here. You cannot give up this 3rd inhibitor, even though you don't have the Mega Gnar. Nice ultimate catches across a few members from, from Gotta Get Lucky, but they just don't have the damage to finish anyone off. And here comes Curtain Call to reply. SMG Sniper could get picked off here. Yeah, gonna get destroyed. There's the early pick that White Wolf needed to have an advantage in the ensuing fight. Big final spark, and this should be the game now. White Wolf, they finally get the picks that they needed. The Nexus turret will drop very quickly. And White Wolf will win the first game of Split 5 any second now. Gonna get a couple more kills.
I do want to give a quick shout out here to SMG. He's been really good at blocking curtain calls this whole game. But unfortunately, couldn't block how fed the top lane and jungle got.
Yeah, that play in the top lane where Fox held him off 3v1 and then Arcane Soda showed up and they got 3 kills out of it was really, I think it all snowballed from that point.
As always, we're gonna pop over to some graphs here. Damage dealt, pretty reasonable. Really impressive to see the Malzahar actually outdamage everyone.
Yeah, Malefic Visions and the Void Swarm deal out a lot of AoE damage in fights. Or I guess Malefic Visions isn't really AoE, but it can hop from person to person.
The Jhin almost being outscored by the Lissandra is a little eyebrow raising too. But you know, what can you do? All right.
And Ashaway with the most damage dealt as support.
Well, you know, Lux.
Yeah.
All right. So, very dominating performance there from White Wolf game 1. We will take a quick break, see what Blitzkrieg does in game 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.